Welcome back, folks, to the Print Files at PacPrint, streaming live from the PacPrint exhibition floor. My name's Grant McCarran, and I'm joined by Nigel Davies, President of FESPA Australia, whose banner and everything you can see right behind Nigel here. Nigel, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mark. Grant.
That's all good, mate. FESPA Australia, can you give us a bit of an overview? As you're chatting, people can see the banners, everything in the background. But
what people probably don't understand is that we're a very old association. Our roots are in 1958,
Wow.
64 years ago.
Yeah.
And we came about as an association of primarily screen printers in those days, focusing on the graphic industry. That was the way that things were done outside. So, of course, as an association, we've evolved over time. Technologies have changed. Our members have moved into different areas, embraced digital technologies, but probably the biggest influence for us has been the embracing international relationships with other associations. So Printing United Alliance, the old SGIA in the States, and FESPA in Europe are two international associations that have a tremendous amount of resources. So the impetus from the start was to have our members benefit by what was happening internationally, and so that they could, learn new trends and learn technologies before the internet.
Yeah. No, the bringing all that information.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, so roughly how many members? What areas?
It's currently under 100, but those companies tend to be quite large companies in the industry.
Yep.
And a lot of our companies are wide format industry with Cactus Imaging, the likes of those are on our board. And but we also, from our roots in screen printing, we also have a lot of apparel companies and people that work in the garment industry, textiles.
Yep.
We also have many of those on board as well, because the resources we can provide to them is quite impressive.
Cool. Okay. And how long have you been president?
Look, I think it's about 5 years, but I have been on the board probably since I was around 26 or 28, would you believe? So
Okay.
a very long time.
Yeah.
It's something I'm very passionate about. I did my master's degree on association industry related issues, and I've always had a passion for it. And to me, everything I've achieved in business indirectly has come about through contacts and people I've met in the association. So for that reason, I really believe in associations. It doesn't matter. I belong to many of them myself. They all do excellent things for the people that they belong to.
Yeah. So as you mentioned, sharing information
Yeah.
and comparing notes and so on, but also, I guess, are you able to be a voice to government in that respect?
Look, there are other associations that do that exceptionally well. Real Media Collective do a fantastic job there.
Mm-hmm.
We, I guess, are quite a small association. We would love to do that. The resources are quite sparse for us to do that. But the one thing I'll say is that we are always ready to contribute as a united force if we're given that opportunity.
Okay. Now, speaking of contributions and so on, you've got a program coming up, the Future Leaders program, I believe it is.
That's right, and I think it probably came about. Everyone did some soul seeking during COVID, and we faced, I'm a FESPA president, I guess, but I've got a company in the sign industry and industrial printing as well, and those were the scariest times for me personally. And you reflect on leadership, you think, what were your failings as leadership, and what could I pass on to the next generation of people that are going to face future challenges? So the germ of the idea of a leadership program was shared amongst the board members, and we became very, very passionate about it. And we thought, how can we deliver this? So we were lucky. We brought together one of the leaders, the top leadership coaches in Australia, a guy named Carl Harmon, who does the leadership programs for Coles and Ford Asia and Deloitte and a range of other corporates. And we combined that with the best knowledge that you just can't learn in a course, things like Keith Farrell and all the mistakes that we made going through our business careers. The school of hard knocks, I guess.
Yes.
It's a meeting of the minds between those two people. We just want to find emerging leaders, people who have potential, and give them that opportunity.
Okay, sounds fantastic. One of the best ways to try and avoid making mistakes is to learn about them from others.
No, that's right. But there is a focus, and the focus is also not on people's personal development. That's an important part of it, but that we also have to be mindful that we're looking for the industry's future leaders.
Yeah.
And so we need to find a coterie group of people that are talented in themselves, and we're allowing them to reach their potential, but they've also got to have a passion for our industry, because it's only through collective action, working together across this industry, that we're going to face the challenges of the future. And these challenges are things like diversity and inclusion, the things that we all need to be aware of, sustainability, they're industry issues, and having intelligent, motivated leaders that can grow within the industry would be something I'd love to see.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay, so in addition to this Future Leaders program, which sounds great, exactly what the industry needs, with what's coming up in the future, I believe you've also got a convention going.
That's right. It's a conference at the end of the year. The theme of it is People, Planet, Profit. The key trends that we see internationally that come from our global partners. We're one of 37 associations that form together under a Profit for Purpose banner. And the key themes we see are planet, obviously sustainability. I don't need to go into that any further. People, leadership programs. Well, we can't act on sustainability without leadership, and we've already talked about that. And profit, well, we need to collectively make money to solve these problems, and things like automation for companies individually are all important things. But I think the special thing that we're going to deliver is that we're going to tap into our networks internationally, because the best things in the world are not always going to be invented in Australia first. So the leaders of other industries in other countries may have met legislative pressures that have made them change quicker. And if we can learn from those, we can move faster. And we want to bring all of those ideas to Australia for those who can't travel internationally the way that perhaps some of us can.
Yeah, okay. So that'll be a great conference to bring everyone together and so on.
Yeah.
Well, Nigel, is there anything else you'd like to tell us while you're here?
No, look, thanks. I thank you for the opportunity. The Future Leaders program is a very, I think it's a very important program. And the one thing I would like to say is that it's open to all of you in the industry. If you're a supplier, it's open to you. If you're a manufacturer, it's open to you. Okay. If you're, on the wrong side of 40, but you're showing leadership potential, it's open to you.
Yep.
Yeah, we encourage diversity, inclusion. We just want an industry focus on people that are talented. So you can find the site at leadership.fespaaustralia.org.au. Put in a simple application form. We'll be in touch, but we'd like to see people that as much as you yourself, part of that program.
Okay. Nigel, I think that's a great point to end it here. That's fantastic. Thank you so much for telling us about FESPA Australia and the conference and the program and so on. So thanks very much for your time.
Okay. Grant, thank you for the opportunity, and thanks to Print 21.
Fantastic. And of course, thanks to the people who have been tuned in here to the Print Files at PacPrint, streaming live from the PacPrint Expo floor and sponsored by Ball and Doggett. We'll be back in the not too distant future very soon now, actually, with another episode. So stay tuned to this channel.